Hey guys, Jonah here. Back again with a beer review. I know it's been a while. I've had just crazy things happening. So I apologise. Not going to go into them today, but life changing, just weird shit is just going on all over the shop. Um, and I'm going to drink a beer so I can forget. I'm going to do another beer from the Siren's 10th birthday. And I think this is the last one that does the tasting nature, which is, as I've said before, is a real shame. It's called Divisible Invisible. Easy for me to say, not. And it's Siren mixed with Arbor. Um, it's a hazy pale. I'm surprised they haven't called it a session one, but it's 3.4%. It is, if you look at the Wheel of Doom, it's one of those beers that looks a bit like the Star Trek insignia. That's partly due to the hop profile, which is Eldorado, Citra, and Simcoe. Interesting mix. And it says tropical and piney on the nose. It says up here, who better to team up with a session pale? Oh, it says sessionable pale ale. It says it there. Than Arbor. Their first beer, all about the hops, plenty of citrus, tropical fruit notes coming through, soft and beautifully drinkable. And that is kind of cool, isn't it? So we shall get the can, which is a pretty kind of underrated can when you look at it. It's literally, it's got stripes on it. It's got kind of pinstriping, but it's it's got a leaf. I would say that looks a bit like a maple leaf, but I'm not 100% sure. And it says craft brew, and then you go round. Obviously, it's the 10-year anniversary of Siren. It's got all that propaganda that I've said there. Just calls it a hazy pale ale, which is pretty cool. Yeah, avoid pregnant ladies, you'll get into trouble. What have we got in there? We've got oats in there. We have got wheat as well, which is probably what makes it hazy. And it's even got a black top to the can, which I think's a nice touch. I've had this beer for ages, so I've had it in the fridge for the last few days, just so it won't explode, or hopefully it won't. Do a quick pressure test, and it's all right. It hasn't exploded on me, so that's cool. Oh, wow. Oh, you can definitely smell the Simcoe. Right, let's get this bad boy into the glass. We shall see what we get. Having a quick look. No floaty bits, which is cool. If I put that on, is it gonna? No, it's not. So I'll do one of these again. See if we can get that in on the front of the video. The other reason, obviously, I haven't been around, is because of what Microsoft has done to the video editor. They've literally got rid of it, and you have to use Clip Monkey, I believe. I don't have a huge amount of cash spare, so I've got to go with what I can find. So if anyone has got a suggestion as to a better free option for doing video reviewing, because I've used Clip Monkey in the past, it's absolutely rubbish in my opinion. Let me know in the comments down below. Got a finger's head, perfectly white, fluffy head. Look at that. That's absolutely fantastic. And it is a very light, hazy beer. That is not what I would call a milkshake beer. Just a lovely hazy beer. And at 3.5, perfect for the midweek. Wow, there is absolutely loads going on there. Getting tropical fruits, getting a bit of kind of juiciness, like a pineapple-y juiciness, maybe some high notes as well, maybe some like honeydew melon, that kind of stuff. Obviously, there's a bit of pine in there because it's got citrus. It's going to be really nice. I'm hoping this is going to be quite hop heavy, but still light. Cheers and beers, guys. Oh, if you haven't done so already, please think about clicking like and think about subscribing to the channel. I say it a lot, but it really does make a difference. Cheers and beers. Good amount of carbonation there. It's very light on the hops in the taste. This is all about the nose for the hops. The creaminess from the oats and the wheat is there, which makes a difference, but it's not, like I say, it's not one of those kind of, yeah, those juicy fruit type beers. Do you know what I mean? This is definitely a lighter beer. And although I was getting lots of like tropical fruits and all that kind of jazz, I'm getting a lot more lighter, um, yeah, lighter fruits on the mouth than I was on the nose. You can taste there's a bit of there is the tropical fruitness there, but those high notes, those kind of melon, um, yeah, even a kind of like a lotusy kind of thing going on, like a really high, like almost like a wine kind of note. Really interesting. Oh, and there's a very thin tide line going on, which is good. Right, let's dive in for some more. It is quite sharp though. It's got something. I thought that was due to the carbonation, but it's more than that. The hops, the bitterness is hitting up front a little bit, but not like a lager. It's just sort of a generic. I guess it's from the Citra. I'm going to say a generic hop because, as I've said many times on this channel, Citra is the world's most grown hop, and you'll find it in a lot of beers. So whenever you get that kind of generic green kind of hedgerowy, grassy kind of thing, you guarantee it's coming from the Citra, and that's what's hitting up front. And then I'm getting the softer notes. Um, with that, it's got Simcoe in. I usually associate Simcoe with a kind of orange, maybe the pineapple is what I was getting on the nose, but a more kind of juicy thing. But I guess they haven't put much of that into the boil. They're probably putting a lot of stuff in as dry hop. Um, um, what can I say? A really fantastic light beer. It's really good. A few tide lines which are kind of sort of waving up and down. It looks more like a wave, kind of like one of those Japanese paintings almost with a, there we go, with a wave cascading onto the mountain or something like that. Except I don't have a mountain in my glass. But I do like the sea. The sea is under a mile away from where I live, which is absolutely fantastic. And I go down there quite a bit. Um, last couple of years, though, there's been a lot of shit going on in Unclejona's life, so I haven't got to appreciate the sea as much as I should do. But it's there if I need it. Cheers and beers, guys. Let's see what we get from this final draft. Yeah, a little bit more bitterness, a little bit more lemony kind of stuff going on. Um, maybe some of the particulates have dropped out, but I don't think that many. And I didn't see any floaters and stuff in this beer. Really, really nice light beer. It's called a pale ale or hazy pale ale. I would say that if they release that as a full-time beer to sell more of it, they might even call it a session pale ale. I hate that expression. Um, but yeah, the Arbor versus the Siren. and this is called Divisible Invisible. Yeah, it's a bit more hard to say once you've drunk it, but that is a fantastic beer. Guys, please take care of yourself. Please take care of each other. Remember to come back and drink lots of lovely beer. Cheers and beers.